Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Jager-M from SCREENCASTERS, and I'm coming to you now with a deck profile update of my Red Eyes to the channel. If you guys have not seen it yet, I did do a deck battle with my Red Eyes versus my Brilliant U.As. If you have not seen it yet, I will put a link to it down below. With this deck, you can see this deck in action, and it's a really fun deck. It's really amazing and super fast, and it's going to get some amazing support in terms of new Felgrand Structure deck coming out. So yeah, that's why I decided to do the deck profile online instead of real life. I mean, I already have most of the cards, but some of them aren't available in the TCG yet, but since it's coming out sometime very soon, I decided it's the best way to do it. I also got some duels done with this deck, so without further ado, let's get started. So this first duel is against Dark Magician, Chaos, Turbo, whatever. He does basically a first turn DMOC, which isn't that good because the only spell I can get back is this card to bring him out. And I do my draw phase, I'm going second, which is typically what you want to do at Red Eyes because you want to OTK and burn them for game. I open up pretty great. I open up the draw power card with Red Eyes to discard. I got a lore with multiple targets, and I got a Manju in case I don't draw into pre-prep and draw into one of my missing pieces, and he'll be the one to get to my second piece. So my first thing I do, I'm going to ditch my Red Eyes, search, dump, search another Red Eyes, and here comes the power of Gospel Revival. I fucking love this card. It really helps. It searches, it doesn't search, it basically special summons any Red Eyes from your graveyard. That's typically what you want to do. You want to keep dumping them to grave, so you can revive them with Revival and Return of Red Eyes. So then I do, I do double Allure right here. The draw power is just insane. That I draw the pre-prep, and then I use that Manju. That's what I love about Manju so much. Not only can he search out your pieces, but he's basically him and Keeper of the Shrine are your best targets for actually trimming off the Dark Dragon Ritual. And the reason I actually bring him out is I can basically trim himself off to bring out the Red Eyes, Darkness Metal. But since I already drew it, I basically just banished him for it. So yeah, I'm bringing him out. I normal summon him again for extra burn. I'll run over him. And what I did is basically attack my Darkness Metal into his DMOC and banish the Gospel Revival. That's why I love this card so much more than Silver's Cry. It's because your Red Eyes have a pretty standard stats like 2400, 2800, up to 3000 with your Black Metal Dragon. Those are pretty standard attack values. What's really cool about them is that you can crash your monsters into monsters with the same attack. And if it would be short by value, just banish the Gospel Revival to keep it alive. So I do that, deal a lot of damage, and then eventually I think I burn them for game. Now I make Flare Metal, which is pretty good, and I set the Solemn Strike. This is basically the kind of board you want to end your main phase 2 in, your first turn or whatever. Having your big Darkness Metal on the field, you have Flare Metal, they have low life points because you burned them, and you have some protection, and you want to make sure that you burn them for game, so you want to keep your Flare Metal on field as much as possible. And yeah, he kind of burns himself up. So what a scrub. So that's the first duel done. This next duel is against Cardians, a new archetype that's coming out. He opens up pretty great. I mean, he has a slower hand, but this deck has a lot of great draw power. So I lower Darkness, he Solemn Strike my Blackstone, which does suck. I do have a dead Gospel Revival because I didn't get to, do what I wanted to. And then he freaking Galaxy Cyclones by one Solemn Warning. That made me so mad, but yeah, it just happens. You get some draw power with this thing. It's kind of an annoying card, you just get free draw power from it for the destroyed, draw card. Then Kinkabyo, that's why I love Kinkabyo so much. Basically, if your redstone is engraved, you can revive it with Kinkabyo, and then trim himself off to get your Red Eyes. You can contact fuse your Kinkabyo with your Blackstone of Legend to actually make this guy Beast Eyes Thunder Dragon, which is 3000 beater, and sometimes you want a Red Eyes in the graveyard, because most of the time if you bring out your Flare Metal, you won't be able to detach with it, so it's nice to have in gray so you can bring it back Revival and stuff. It's just really nice to have. But yeah, get my Red Eyes out, attack over them, do some cool things, gets a draw, Kinkabyo is going to go back in hand. That's what I love so much, is you can be using and abusing it as long as you got Red Eyes in deck with your Blackstone of Legend. So he's doing some cute things, getting some hand advantage. I don't have Red Eyes to bring back. He's basically doing some cardian stuff. I think he busts out the level 8 Synchro guy in his right now, actually. Yep, there he is. And I'm going to burn for some damage because this guy's an asshole. So what does this thing do? It shuffles things, draws, blah blah blah. It's pretty cool. He's got some nice defense. Yeah, I did some burn damage, and yeah, Kinkabyo for game. Well, not really game. It's gonna help set up my advantage. So I do this, do that. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Basically, since I contact fuse my Kinkabyo with my Blackstone of Legend to break Beast Eyes, that's very important because he has 3000 attack, and so does his Cardian. What I'm basically gonna do is crash into his Cardian, banish my Gospel Revival. He's gonna do some burn damage, and he kind of quits because he doesn't really have a follow-up play. A short is monster. That's why I love Gospel Revival so much in this deck. You guys have pretty standard attack values. A 3000 monster is very common in the game. Being able to crash your red eyes or your dragons into big monsters and keeping them on field is really good. Not many things benefit from being destroyed by battle. I mean, they do sometimes, but that's the easiest way of removal to me, at least. So yeah, that's the first, what is the second of the duels. Let's get to the deck profile now. So those were the duels. Let's get into the deck profile. So pretty standard. I did put a lot of text into this. I think it's working pretty well. This is the most updated build of the deck. So without further ado, let's get started. We got 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon, 1 Darkness Metal, and 3 Black Flare. These are the red eyes of the deck. The best red eyes and the ones you want to max out on. 1 Manji was trying 2, but 1 does a little bit better. Pre-preparation does the same thing he does, but way better. Basically, he's there to fix your lopsided hands and as tribute fodder for your paladin. One Keeper of the Shrine. He's very good. Basically, it keeps your advantage up with him, and he's something nice to dump with your Ravine. Just something nice to have on field if you don't have your Revival out. 2 Black Metal, 2 Kinkabio, and 2 Blackstone of Legend for the rank 1 engine. The rank 1 engine is actually pretty good. Black Metal Dragon is really great to equip you on your red eyes, make them 3k beaters. You can run them into anything, and Gospel Revival has your back. You can even overlay your red eyes together when he's equipped to get a search, which is pretty good. Kinkabio can revive both of these out, and Blackstone can use his effect when he's revived with Kinkabio's effect. So sometimes you just want to Dragon Shrine the Blackstone of Legend out, normal summon Kinkabio, special summon, do the loop from there, and that could be also accessible through the Dragon Ravine. Doing 2 Paladin of Dark Dragon and 2 of the Ritual spell. I was trying 3. The problem with that is I was drawing to multiples, which is actually a bad thing. You got 3 search cards for both of them and 1 Manju for your missing piece, so it's not that bad. Very rarely do I ever draw into like multiple of these. It's pretty great. I do like it. And you could use the other one for tribute fodder for the spell if you have to. You can even use the Manju, which is pretty great. So that's it for the monsters. He's basically there as like a mini Drillroid effect and a special summon your red MD from deck because he's one of the most powerful cards in this deck. And the fact that you keep dumping your dragons into the graveyard, he's almost always live. 2 Lord Darkness, so you're running a dark deck, why not? 1 for 1 because you have so many targets, discarding to the grave is good. All your level 1s basically do something. 3 Gospel Revival. Into TCG you can try Silver's Cry, but Gospel Revival is infinitely the better card. 3 Preparation of Rites, it's a free +1, and in Red Eyes you need all the help you can get. Getting your pieces is actually very good. You almost always have tribute fodder. In terms of your Red Eyes in hand, or your Manju, or Keeper of the Shrine. 3 of the Draw spell. The Draw spell is pretty great. You almost always have a Red Eyes in hand. They're easily searchable. It helps dump them to the grave, which basically is what you want to do. You want to dump all your Red Eyes to the graveyard. At least have 1 in deck for the Blackstone, which the deck is very easy to do. Keeping recyclability up and basically reviving them. That's pretty good. 2 Dragon Shrine. 3 was Cloggy. I tried 2. 2 is way better. You typically only resolve 1 most of the time, but sometimes you have to dump that missing piece, like the Blackstone Legend for Kinkabio, or Keeper of the Shrine if you don't have your Ravine up. 1 Soul Charge because it's broken in this deck, 1 Terraforming, and 2 Dragon Ravine. It's a very nice combo. One of my friends of the channel, Team Samurai X1, showed me this card. I thought, whoa, this is actually freaking great. But realistically speaking, the only thing you're really going to be dumping is your Keeper of the Shrine for that graveyard effect. Or one of your red eyes to bring back with your Gospel Revival and stuff like that. For the traps, we just do 3, 2 of the best solemn cards in the game, and 1 Return of Red Eyes. I'm not running Red Eyes Fusion because I was trying that card for a very long time, and the problem with it is it's just a very bricky card. If you run Summon Skull, it just doesn't really help you. Summon Skull does nothing really for the deck, and I feel like the XYZ build, the build I have right now, is one of the best builds out there. Return of Red Eyes, if they pop it, you can bring back a Red Eyes from the graveyard, which is good. It's searchable with your Dark Dragon Ritual. If you already use your Ritual, basically this guy out, and his thing's in your graveyard, except for the turn it was sent there, you can basically banish it to search this card, which is very good. So that's it for the main deck, pretty even 40 cards. 1 Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon, 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, 1 Meteor Burst, 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion, and 1 Absolute. Basically the Odd Eyes engine is very great. If your Odd Eyes Absolute dies, it's very easy to bring out. You can bring out all of these. 2 Flare Metal, you never go into 3. It's very good. I only see the need for 2. 1 Master Blades because one of the best rank 7s. You can put a Draco Sack if you feel the need for it. 2 Big Eye because you actually can go into 2 Big Eye. It's very useful for staying opponent's monsters. 1 Spoiled Angel put on top of your Dullahan. 1 Castel for the possible rank 4 with your Paladin or, you know, Dragon trying to remind you. 1 Slacker Magician, it's okay if you're going for more stall game. And 1 Utopic Future for the Cosmo matchup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Red Eyes deck profile. If you didn't see the duels yet of this deck against my Brilliant U.A.s, I will link it down below. So don't forget to drop me a like, I greatly appreciate it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and you'll see you in the next video. See you guys!
Hurry up! Give me my